Hello everyone, this is the Golden Crowbar, otherwise known as John. Thank you all so much for all of your questions. I really, really appreciate it. I didn't think I would get that many questions. I was kind of just going on the fly with this, hoping that I would get some people who were willing to ask me a question or two, but the fact that you guys sent me all these comments, it means a lot to me. So thank you all once again for sending all these great questions. So the first question I have is from Minigun Productions, and they ask, The Golden Crowbar, what or who made you begin your journey as a voice actor? This is a pretty tough question for me. I don't really know when it started, but I guess I would have to say that my biggest inspiration is Alex, otherwise known as Octopimp, or, I can't remember his name on YouTube right now for the life of me, but, I'll show him in the video once I'm done recording. He is a Homestuck voice actor and in general voice actor, and he's really, really good. In fact, some of my Homestuck headcanons actually come from him, which is why they sound similar. I think he's a fantastic voice actor, and I wish to someday match him or surpass him, but that's just a dream of mine. The next question is from Sarah Johnson, who asks me two questions. One is, when or how did I get into Homestuck? I'll be addressing that first. Oddly enough, my introduction to Homestuck came through my friend Shane, who showed me a panel from Homestuck. We both have the same sort of sense of humor, so when he showed me the screenshot or the page from Homestuck of the Cosby top, I lost it. I didn't know why. It was just incredibly humorous to me, and so that was initially my kickstart into Homestuck. And after reading pages after pages of basically introduction information, you know, the whole shindig in the first part of the comic, I was hooked. It was just that good for me. I like the concepts that are introduced, I like the characters, I like the development. It was just fantastic. Alright, and the second part of the question is, have you tried voice acting for anything else? Well, I've tried voice acting for a few things, actually. In my video section, you probably will find that I have voice acted certain characters for Danganronpa, as well as tried a little bit of voice acting for a Evangelion comic. And I really want to explore both of those a little bit more, but I am also working on another project which will be coming very soon, in which I will be voicing other characters from a totally different fan base. So you guys can look forward to that. Alright, now we got a question from Blue Cloud Eater, and they ask who my favorite Homestuck character is. Gotta have to be a tie between Gamzee and Solix, mainly because I can relate to Solix, and I like characters like Gamzee and Kurlaz. There's just something about clowns. The next thing they ask is, what music do I listen to? I have a wide range of music tastes, and rather than just list them all, I'd rather just put them into the video. So here they are. Alright, the next part of the question is my favorite color. That simply put, it's lime green. Lime green is my absolute favorite color, followed by royal purple. Mason Kendall asks, how old were you when you started voice acting? Now, the question really depends whether I started voice acting professionally or just for fun. For professional voice acting, or taking it really seriously, because I don't consider myself a professional just yet, I started voice acting when I was 18, I believe. That was when I was starting to consider it as a career option. But if you are talking about when I just started trying voice acting, probably would have to be around when I was 14, when I was just going around with my friends and doing silly voices for certain things. Jazz in My Box asks, what is your favorite line in Homestuck? Ugh. Goodness, this is actually a really tough decision. Thank you so much for asking this. It's probably the most recent one with Jane Crocker when she says to Jake, "You're lucky because you're so hot." I think that is probably my favorite line in Homestuck right now. There are a few others that sort of tie into the position, like, you know, John Egbert's "Can you tell me what's wrong with this picture?" Dave Strider's whole spiel about him being buried in puppet ass towards the beginning of the, was it the beginning of the first? No, it wasn't the beginning of the first, obviously not. It was somewhere in the second or third act, I believe. Tygon Master asks, what are your thoughts on Jake? As of this point, I really need to see him develop more as a character. I can't really offer an opinion on him just at this moment. Elizabeth Burnt asks me, do I cosplay? And if so, which character? Oh boy. I cosplay a lot of characters. I have cosplayed Gamzee, Tavros, Dad, Roxy, Spade Slick, the Red Spy, and goodness, I can't remember the last one. There was something else. Madeline Not Telling Last Name. I like that name. asks me, what do you suggest for people who want to start voice acting? Honestly, find your range. This is something that I've been telling a lot of people who want to get started in voice acting and have a degree of acting talent to begin with. The thing that I recommend the most is to find your voice range. Because if you don't know your voice range, you don't know what you can be. So you gotta find your voice range. You gotta find what accents you do well. You gotta find what kind of characters you're best suited for. Because even though you don't want to typecast yourself, you want to select all of the different character types you can be, as well as all the voice ranges you can reach. Catnip Matespritship asks me, why are you so awesome? I never thought myself to be awesome. I don't think of myself to be that great of a voice actor yet. I'm still kind of working my way up there, but thank you so much for the comment. It really means a lot. Thank you. Just thank you. Spelling Error 2000 asks me, any advice for people wanting to make videos like yours, like animation advice or drawing advice? I suggest learning to utilize certain programs, because honestly, for me, I am an artist, but a lot of my videos use other people's comics, which I don't claim to be my own. I actually link it in my description and show people that, you know, this person made this comic, and I give credit where credit is due. If you ask me for a music track, I will give you the music track unless I made it myself. I won't say, you know, that it's specifically mine. However, my art style, as per compared to anything that is up on this channel, is fairly different. Like, I will put up some examples in the video, and you will see that a lot of my art is borderline surreal, I suppose, is the best way I can describe it. It's not even pre-planned. A lot of my art is just on the fly. Hatsune Harley asks me, any advice for someone wanting to start a Homestuck group? Personally, I don't have any advice for that. I've never really been too fond of starting a Homestuck group, to be perfectly honest. I've had a lot of bad experiences with Homestuck fan groups in my area, but as long as you start somewhere and find people that you can hang out with and talk to without having to start a lot of drama, I think you've found your Homestuck group. Serene Lonely asks, the Golden Crowbar, if you could be a character of your own in Homestuck, would you? Like, be yourself and play through Spurb? I guess it would depend. I mean, even if I were to play in Spurb, I wouldn't know what my title would be. I've always considered myself to be the heir of time, but it's really dependent on what is chosen for me and what would happen during the game, I suppose. The second part of the question is, for a female trying to voice act male characters, is there any tips you could suggest? Again, find your voice range. Always, always important. Your vocal range is what makes you, as a voice actor, sure of what you can and can't do. Like, for example, if I tried to voice a female character, I would completely fail, because my voice is just far too deep. There's just no way. And the third part of the question is, how do you do animation in your videos? Sometimes I do animations myself in Sony Vegas. Like, there are certain points where I can just cheaply animate something or just make something move really quick. But a lot of the animations that are there, such as certain comics that are fully animated, are pre-animated by their source author. That isn't saying that I don't know how to do animation or I don't have any wish to go into that field. In fact, I'm actually taking college courses to get into animation, to do things with that. It's just that right now I'm sort of growing as a voice actor myself, growing as an artist, growing as an animator, and right now my talents are not to the point where they're, like, superb. So I do what I can and leave the rest to people who I feel are actually better than me at doing what they do. So yeah, these are all the questions that you guys sent me and my answer to them. I will be making a video for the Homestuck characters in a little bit, and you guys will get to have your questions answered by the Homestucks. So thank you so much again for all these great questions. I really appreciate it. And I'll be seeing you later.